Hello and welcome to NFT Decree. I'm Barry and we are back, hopefully going to get a chance to play Dark Country today. The last 2 days, 2-3 days I've not been able to play. There's a couple of videos that I didn't upload because it didn't work. The first match I played a couple of days ago. Should have been against Dark Country, but it never paired us, and so I missed out on the tournament. He ended up getting 40 points and I ended up getting 5 points, so it's kind of put me out of the running. The way it kind of just ran down, right? So if you don't know, in Dark Country, if you run out of cards, it starts doing damage to your hero's health. First card you draw 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then 5, so on and so on. So by going second, you've got a slightly higher, a bigger hand size, so you draw out first and you'll die first. So I lost that 50-50 coin toss, and I don't know who's sitting in 5th. So there is a small prize for 5th, I think maybe just $25 or something. I don't know how far I am behind, but I'll probably need a win to sneak up, right? So a win should get me about 45-ish points, something like that. So it'll take me to 140, which should be enough. If I just get 5 points, I'm not sure who's just under here. And then yesterday I did the Godzilla pack opening. Check that out on the channel. I shouldn't have bothered. It was pretty grim. I'm going to have a rant about the Wax team and what they're doing and how arses and elbows, I believe there might be a saying in there. Maybe later tonight. But I need to think about what I want to say, because I don't want to just be totally critical. I need to be a bit more constructive, right? So anyway, I'm out of the running for probably top 5 in the tournament, but that's okay. I don't know if anyone's going to start up again straight off the back of it or not. I've been working on a few things that you might see on the Dark Country Medium site. Just a small guide to deck building. I say a small guide, it was a fair number of words, and there's a few decks in there that I'll go over once the articles are up. Some of them you've seen, but made some adaptations. But I'm going to finish off the tournament because today's the last day with a if you can't beat them, join them attitude. So I've got the wolf, I've got the mountain lion in, I've gone full on owl bears, just full on sort of big cards. So you see I don't have a turn 1 play anymore. Turn 2s I've got a reasonable amount in, but I've gone heavy on the liquidators over the Calipalix because I want to be able to take out there. I want to see this more than I want to see that, because as though that spell, whatever spell it generates, is going to be good. I need to be taking out creatures, and the creatures are beyond the range of spells, beyond the ken of man. So it's just big creatures for the most part. I've not got any coyotes in. I mean, I don't know if some of the main decks are running those, but the stealth ability to hide one of the big creatures for a turn, particularly hide the mountain lion if you can get a wolf off, so you can mountain lion. So if it was turn 6, say, mountain lion coyote, and then the turn after drop the wolf to really bump your mountain lion up. But is what it is, and the other ones, maybe get a chance to go over another time. Let's go into the tournaments, and I will just register now. A couple of minutes until we start. A couple of people on Discord, so on the Wax Discord, asking about the game, which is good. If you want to sign up, all the cards at the moment are free, or accessible at least. I mean, free is maybe the wrong word, but you can use any of the cards. You've got a full playset. Be that way until the end of the alpha at least. I'm not 100% sure when that time ends, but you'll be able to use all the cards until then. Then you're going to have to buy some packs to get the cards, or buy them on the secondary market. So Atomic Hub, NFT Hive, a couple others kind of coming out as well now. And then you'll only be able to use the cards you have to make your decks. So the decks will be a little more varied perhaps. I mean, people will still want to try and build these big creature decks, but the cards will be fewer and further between. I thought there was only about 18 Banshees, so on Wax you can see how many are minted, but I think you have to export it from the game into Wax, if that makes sense. So there's probably a lot more sitting in people's accounts. Because if there's only 18 Banshees in the game, you know, and you want 2 of them in a deck, only 9 people could have a functioning deck, right? So, but they'll see what they do. Like, I don't think it's feasible to leave things as they are if they want a game, like a functional game. They'll either have to launch with a whole new bunch of cards that fulfill similar functions. They don't have to be identical. But if you don't have access to some of those older cards, and they're quite pricey now, so they need something comparable but not necessarily the same. So there'll have to be a third wave, or maybe not a third wave because there's cultists and promos and stuff as well, but like a third wave, fourth wave of cards in order to get people on board and have them be competitive without paying ridiculous prices. So fingers crossed that it doesn't just stick on waiting for opponent, which is what I did last time. I'm just going to stay on here. So apparently the problem was that if you click out of this window, if your focus is on a different window, when the game loads, it doesn't open or something along those lines. I'm not sure. But wait, we're in. We've got a game we can play. So as long as it doesn't freeze, it's up against Cryptic. Not optimistic. Benyu. Try and get something. Double Owlbear. Well, I'm second, which means I can get this down turn 2. And then just try and push that way, right? Try and get damage out faster. So 3 Owlbears for consistency. Obviously being quite consistent here. Just end. Oh no, yeah, that's fine. He can't play an Owlbear here. But if he does play a Liquidator, then I can't play my Owlbear, right? So he's obviously thinking. He'd also need to keep his Liquidator if he wanted to play a bear. So that's fine. I guess I need to have a think, right? I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fine. I'll go for the board advantage. Well, the board advantage is good. If he does play a Liquidator, then I can trade off there. So this is fine. Is that worth it? So I think you'd be 4 damage. I can't do enough, so we'll do you and you. And it's really just keep the pressure on with big creatures that are difficult to deal with, right? So mute this guy and take him out. Okay, this is fine. I might just keep up the pressure, right? I spent 2, and then you should be 3. So it might be a bit of a cheat here to get both of them out, because then you go into the negatives. But let's just do that. And this guy, like I say, that health is a visual bug. He's actually only a 1/1, so that gets rid of a reasonable amount of the board. And then he's got 2 left, which you can't do much with. So that's fine. Do I keep you in hand? And I'm going to say no. I'm just going I'm going pure aggro. Just try and make the most of my resources every turn. Wherever he drops, I can brainwash. And then just keep going from there, really. So I'm definitely just going to take you, batter in. And still do 7 damage with this. Again, remember that's written incorrectly. Deal 7 damage to a target creature, or 4 to all enemy creatures. So definitely take out you. Or will I? I mean, I could do 4, 5. Do I even particularly care? I guess I do. So I could do 4. So let's do 4 to everybody. You finish you off. Now I'm going to be second in the second game as well. So I'll just use the, I'm looking for owlbears again. If you can't kill this, well, you can. Which is no real problem. What's the best use of my time here? 3, 2, so I've got 4, so I could both. I should have done that the other way around if that was the case. I'm actually going to drop you and make it so he has to find the board wipe again, because if you spend 7 on a board wipe, or he could get it for the 10 there. But as long as you survive, in fact, even if you survive, I can drop the Dark Priest, and the 2 damage at the end of turn will be enough to finish him. But no. Out of options by the looks of things. No, we can heal. Still not enough. We can do another 2, but that's 4 or 5. And that's all she wrote. So that's 1 game down. So it's just the it's aggro, right? You're playing cards above the curve. The amount of damage that you should be able to put out for on turn 2 shouldn't be a 6/6, right? So maybe that comes down. It should both be reduce the cost by 1 for each other card in your hand, right? So that immediately slows down the owlbear, and it should probably just be a 5/5. So I'm going fishing for owlbears, so I'll just mulligan my whole hand. There was nothing there I wanted to play early doors anyway. So then shuffle, 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 get 4 new ones. Not looking good this time. But even if we go to game 3, I will still be second, so still have the option to, if I get a better draw that time with more owlbears, I'll be able to do the same thing that I managed to get away with there. So I've got 2 turns to draw into an owlbear. I just still say 40, I guess, until my turn starts. The game doesn't update. So I've got 1 more turn to find an owlbear. But if I don't get one, then I'm suddenly losing that battle, right? Assuming he's got one. And these certainly aren't as strong offensively. So proactive plays. This can't be played to turn 7. This isn't going to get rid of anything. So this is not good for me. If he gets a bear down now, then I'm not going to be able to do a heck of a lot. Because even if I get that down, I suppose if I get that down, I could damage the bear and then do another 2 there. Yeah, it's not ideal. I think I will. The problem is if I play this and he's got a mountain lion, I want to keep that for a mountain lion, so let's just draw. Actually, yeah, I suppose it doesn't really matter if he's got a mountain lion, right? Because I'll mute it and it'll be a 1/1 anyway, so it doesn't matter how big it is. The alternative there was drop this, swing in and die, kill this turn. Yeah, that's fine, but this is probably marginally better value for me. You'll be muted, so if I play you, mute you, and is that worth it? Either way, that's death. I guess you're muted, so you can't proc again of a wolf. In theory, I don't know if it works. Next turn I'll have a 4 and a 1. No, next turn I'll banshee into you. Fine. I maybe should have just taken the kill, but I'm kind of saving that as. I suppose he's spot removal. Difficult to know, right? Difficult to know what's right, but I've not seen an owlbear yet, so I'm in trouble. I really need my own coyote here. Not that it'll be too difficult to deal with, but I'm already significantly behind on the life. But I do have some decent removal. I mean, theoretically I could... Actually, maybe that's better. If I do 2 damage to everything, that wipes out them, and then I could ignition this guy. Doesn't give me any board presence, but it's still okay, although it is using up my spot damage for this. So next spot damage is the archer for 3, which means I'm going to have to be on 11 before that's relevant. So, yes. Right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Fine. So Brainwash takes care of this. Or he could have his own ignition into Banshee, or any number of things, right? Having a single big creature on the board is not too tough to deal with by turn 6. By turn 2, yes, very difficult. Or turn 3, because it'll be on... I get it down turn 2, he deals with it turn 3. But as things stand, he should have something that can probably deal with this. So, you're going to cost me 2. I mean, I'm behind, right? So I should probably deal with that and force him into an unfavourable trade. You would do 3, which wouldn't help me. So that would cost me 2. So you cost me 2, you trade, and I draw back up. So if these both survive this turn, then I can even things out on the board. I mean, I highly doubt that they will. Like, anything kills this now. A Fire Spirit, an Ignition, a Banshee, an Archer of his own. Many things kill these. But this would be quite decent. Although, again, I presume he's got some sort of mutability in his hand. But that could be turn 7, so 4, to have 3 left, depends what I top deck. He's got his own bear, but I should probably be able to deal with the bear for 7, right? Yeah, that'll take care of it. So that was free, because he's got so many cards in hand. He's going fishing. Like a lightning bolt, or an ignition, or... There's a lot of things that can take out these guys here. Or take out this guy at least. This guy's a bit more reasonable, so that's fine. So that's damage now. So let's see what we want to do. I think I'm gonna have to do it this way. So draw, get the most value out of you, and trade there. So he's got a Fanatic, right? I mean, there's no way you got a hand that big without a Fanatic. But if he doesn't, then this is hard to deal with. Then going into 8, what are my choices? I could... So at 8 I can Fanatic and Banshee. Then at 9, not much for 9. So let's see what he drops. I mean, he might not have a Fanatic. He might have his own mountain lion here if he's drawn up. So he's got a Banshee, which is fine. That's okay. So now I will Owlbear. I'll drop you. I've got 2 left that I can't do anything with, so a little inefficient, but c'est la vie. If I can kill something with this, then that would be... I get the plus on that. He would be a 4/6. So we're trading some pretty hefty cards. I want to keep this for his mountain lions. If we get into turn 10, and I've still got a board, you know, Sylvia could get some good cards, could get some good value out of that. Particularly, maybe some of the heal cards might be useful since I'm behind on life. So that's fine. I can Van Meter monster, but he's still got 5. What's he going to do with it? So he's just going to damage the board. So I presume he's got a bigger Firestorm next time for the 4. So let me think about how I want to deal with this. I guess I drop you for 2. And I guess we... So remember this does 7. And then I'll even things out. So I didn't necessarily have to play that there because he's going to Tornado the board or Van Meter monster the board next turn. But we've evened things out slightly. He's going to have to spend 7 on wiping the board, so he's only going to have 3 for a proactive play, which should give me breathing room for Sylvia. But he kind of has to... Well, that's fine. Okay. So you'll come down, kill her, and that'll be a 4/6, because that will level up, assuming he doesn't kill it now. So that is what I will do, although that doesn't means that's like my last bit of spot damage, but I'll be going into 11, so 4 plus 5, yeah, this is all fine. Then swing in, again bringing those numbers closer. Didn't think it was looking too good for me at the start, but he doesn't seem to have drawn into his removal. Or at least the pieces he needed when he needed them. And I do still have some pretty good cards in hand. Just not massive damage dealers. Unless I can see another Mountain Lion and the Wolf or something along those lines. So that's most of them. Ignition this, or he could have his own archers, anything along those lines. Yeah. So he probably... if he top decked that, I'd be sad. Right, so I'm not up against much. So do I'll take the breathing room for this. I will... I think I just force him into... I do damage myself for that. So that was 4. Let me read that card. Deal 4 damage to your hero. Pretty brutal. And I'll fortify that just in case. I'm not going to play that because I don't want to dilute my deck at the moment. That's fine. Fine-ish at least. He's got another Banshee. He's got that. So I still have a Tornado. I don't know why I've still got a Tornado. Why isn't that a Van Meter monster? So that will be 4 to everybody. And... so 7 to 12. Yeah, let's just do it that way. 4 to these. You kill you. And we've evened it up. Come on. So I've got a couple... I can play 2 of these next turn, so even if he's got big bodies, I can deal with that. He's got his own Sylvia. That's fair. Could be anything, though. Although you always seem to end up with Initiate. Or Initiate. Can't quite tell. Like, is it the 2 young bloods you're adding to your deck? Are they Initiates? Or is it the initiation ceremony of it? I think it's Initiate, right? So you mute that. It doesn't make any difference, but you can come in over the top if you really want. Fine, I'll just have to Fire Spirit away here. So his board's getting smaller. Drop you, drop you. So I think we're pulling ahead. Even on cards, ahead on board. Good removal options in hand. The board's moderately threatening. Fanatic, even if there's like a coyote or something. But we are running shy on cards. I mean, this just isn't worth playing, like the dilution. If it gets to the point where we're running out of cards, then maybe, but... whoa, well that's brainwash. Actually, no, I mean this is... Is it Shepherd time? So Shepherd for 7. Brainwash. He's not got anything that I particularly care about, right? So Brainwash. You take out you. You take out you. You swing up and over. And then he's back into got to do something about it. So he's got to take out some of these. So next turn I could... Well, let's see what happens here. But I could swing. Whatever I got. Whatever I got left. Then I can... Oh, that's spicy. Combo. Then I can turn everything into cat, so I'm not taking damage on the other side. And then I can drop this guy, perhaps, for a finisher. So he's 2 guaranteed damage. She's 2 guaranteed damage. So all I need is this guy to live. Is that right? Or both of these guys to live. Either way, I think we maybe got a win. He's got 6, though. Nah, I think that's a win. Yep, 4 is fine. So if we 4 mute you 2. I mean I could play you just in case, but that should be a win. Done. Oh, I didn't think we were going to come back from that one, but I think Cryptic's deck stalled out a little bit. Didn't get the cards he wanted. I will accept. On to round 2. DeVito. Just why not? I did say I needed a win, right? Just for a chance to be 5th. DeVito, right? Okay, fine. So I'm keeping you. I'm 2nd again, so that's not so bad. So, bin all of them. Why is that? Well, I'm looking for another Owlbear. Boom. So consistency-wise, that's pretty good. Putting those back, I went into a 2 and 39 chance. So can't do that. Now if he plays his Liquidator, that's fine. I will bear. Because even taking 2 from that, so he's got his own bear. That's okay. I will bear. Trade bears. Because now I'm forcing him to find his one. Fine. I will that. Then I will that. Then I will that. So this should be the end of you. Obviously losing the aggro battle. So not having that turn 2 plays definitely. I'm only going to play one of them, I think. Just stops him being able to play anything big before taking care of this. Fine. Trade that. Or will I? I might as well make use of my resources. Because even though this guy doesn't have lethal, and I've got Banshee, that's fine. That's okay as well. Is it worth a board wipe here? The answer is no. We drop you, we trade you. Why were you damaged? I guess it's just the end of turn it loses its +2. So you can do 4 to everything. Can he get... Oh, direct, yep. Yeah, it makes sense. Take that out, sure. And now we need to try and catch up. So, this guy... I mean, if he's got a Banshee and takes that out... Actually, I'm okay with that. Actually, I'm going to drop you. So that kind of keeps that alive for a turn unless he's got direct damage, which he does. Oof, that's a big oof. But what's he got offensively? Nothing. So let's keep the pressure on. Nice. I don't understand. So deploy... Why does some deploy effects come out and others don't? Takes out this guy. You got to assume. Okay. So he's setting that up, which is fine. Let's think. So that would do 2. Fine. Let's do 2. And a Banshee. And then let's start doing some damage, I guess. I mean, that is a big swing. Oh, he must have a tornado, right? And that just wipes out the whole board. Oh no, he didn't have one. Okay. So 1 ahead there. Let's go again. Now I've only ever taken 1 game of Deviro, right? So I've never managed the best of 3. Let's see how it goes. Let's hope he maybe concede again. But yeah, by not having a Van Meter or a tornado there, he was in trouble, right? So we full on mulligan because we're looking for owl bears. 3 and 40, that is about 40% of the time we'll see it. But with a mulligan, 2 independent events. So I still get 2 draws before I would want to play an owl bear. Because I couldn't play it this turn even if I had one. And I might get a chance to draw it. So yeah, so this stops me playing an owl bear, but I don't have it anyway. But he doesn't know that. So he's got his own one, and I'm just going to fall too far behind here because I've got nothing on curve. 5. So I've got 4. I mean, I could play that, but that just trades with you. Then I get hit by 6, 11 again. I mean, I have to sack off you, I suppose. Get some damage down, but I'm taking another 11 here. 13. Yeah, I suppose that's smart. I guess I concede at that point, but I'm definitely not winning this one. So 5, 9, 10, 11, 12. Concede. But nothing I wanted there. So not seeing the owl bears, just out pressured. I'll give him the same courtesy he gave me. But like I knew I lost that from turn 2, right? So it's not, and there's not much you could do. Like there's, in terms of building your deck differently to deal with that, there's no way of dealing with that. The only way is if you can keep pace with big monsters. So the balance of the game since the board wipe meta kind of left has been I don't know, a bit more homogenous, a bit worse if you ask me. Do I keep this then? So I better keep that in case I get in case he's got his liquidators again. Although I'd much rather go fully digging for an owl bear. No joy. So if whoever gets the better start wins, really. So that's no good. And if I don't get one here, and he does. So if he's got his liquidator, that's fine, I don't care about that. But similarly, I didn't see it either. So he's got his. And I have nothing, so I better go fish. But this is just pumping his hand if he's got his mountain lion. I'm taking 6, 7. I'm up to 4, but that's still not enough. So I'll have to drop you. And I guess I force you into dealing with that if I kill this. Not ideal. I mean, he only needs an ignition of his own. So probably no coming back from this, I don't think. He's got 6. Brainwash will take out that. similarly a Fanatic to mute it. Yeah. Oh man. No worries, I suppose. So I will I'll brainwash you and I'll smash into you, try and stop the bleeding. I mean, that only takes 2, so he wipes the board. I'm up to 7, so I can take out this. But far from ideal. Yeah, I've already lost. No coming back from a 25-point swing when he's got a ton of cards. So Owlbears. Owlbears seem to be a problem card, if you ask me. Right, I've got 8. That's not enough. I could have 6 and 3'd, but I can't do that, can I? Force him to deal with that, I suppose. Fine. So we have 5 and 8. Ugh, disgusting. So I can kill you, but then I'm in trouble turn after that, right? So 4. Too many answers. Fine. Get you, hope for the best. I think you should just swing over the top here. Yeah, like, can I survive a turn is the question. So I can play it this way, because that's going to draw me more of these. Ho ho ho! Why can't I play this? I hate it when the game breaks! Like, this would have saved me! Because I'm on -1 fucking mana. Ah! Like that would have got me 6. That would have got me... Actually, I probably would have saved it. So that would have got me 6 health back. You would have had to swing into there. Come on. This could have been the comeback of the century. Because then, obviously, her abilities deploy. I could have just kept getting free spells off the wolf. How annoying. Like, if I hadn't played this... I would have been... Raging. Absolutely raging. See if this game just worked, it'd be good. Fuming. Absolutely fuming. Right, well, I'm off to report the bugs for Owlbear. And that's game for now. Like I say, I think this is the last tournament, so we'll see if we get another. If there's anybody underneath here that's got more points than me, otherwise maybe a small prize. But again, there would have been 4 additional tournaments I could have played in if the game hadn't crashed so much. If the game worked right, again, probably could have gone a bit further. Now, I'm not saying I would have won that round, right? I mean, I was struggling, but he had played quite a lot of these big bodies, and I was still to see quite a lot of cards, and I had a lot of tricky cards in hand, the wolf and the free spells and that kind of thing. So just, yeah, fuming. I don't mind losing, but I don't like losing like that. So anyway, there's nothing else to really change for the deck. Works fine, but Owlbears are too strong and they don't work right, obviously. I think that's one of the few things that need a look at the moment. But I guess we'll just have to wrap it up. Until next time, this is NFT Decree signing off.